because I gotta lean my arms out here. My arms are hurting. I gotta record. Señor Jesús.
Yeah, let's get the encore again. Yeah,
No
you,
longer
you do.
lean my arms. I need
She's
to
one
lean
of
my
the
arms
ones.
on his face. My
We only have one selection, so I can't do no more.
thank you.
Give me a few seconds. Okay, how's everybody doing tonight? Alright, so, oh my. I first want to just thank everybody for coming today because it's truly a great day to come and spend time with the Lord. I first wanted to just let everybody see that both of my mamas is in the same room at the same time. Okay? See that God's working? God's working. So, first, I'd like to start off with, I was sitting up there just really beating myself up. What am I going to say? What am I going to do? Keisha sent me the text with all the Bible scriptures we were supposed to look through, and I accidentally deleted them. And I was too prideful to be like, okay, Keisha, can you send it to me again? So I was talking to my bro Lewis, and I was talking to Mama BC. I even called my long distance friend Sam. You know, we was just talking about a whole bunch of stuff. So, this is what I came down to. So, uh, so I first looked up the word faith in the dictionary. It says to trust in a person or a thing. Another word in the next bullet down, it says to believe that it's not based on proof. So something that's not based on proof is what faith is. So I looked at Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1. I looked in my TV version for this one, so that's why it's going to be more without the those and thous and all that. So it says, faith makes us sure of what we hope for and gives us proof of what we cannot see. So this is what we cannot see, right? So, all right. So I basically I went through Philippians. Mama BC gave me this verse. I was like, okay, Philippians. So it says, you can do Philippians chapter 4, verse 13. You can do all things. All things through Christ, right? So, and then in Hebrews chapter 11, verse 6, it says, if you don't have faith, you can't be good with God. That's in lame terms. You can't be good with God if you don't have faith. So let's is there any way I can take this mic off? Okay. Okay. All right. So let's say this pew right here, right? So in order for faith is to trust, to believe, to actually, have confidence that it's gonna break. So if I sat right here at this pew, I have to trust this pew to actually hold my weight. Right? So let's say if I run around this church 30 times, I'm tired. I don't want to even think about, oh man, I gotta trust it. I don't know if I want to sit down with this. So if I sit down with this, I'm gonna have to trust it. I'm gonna have to have confidence in it. So I have to believe that it won't fall and I bust my butt in front of everybody. Right? So when I was going through that and I was just like, okay, so I seen some examples. I was like, okay, the chair. The chair is actually something you need to believe and have trust in. You have to have faith in the chair. Just like we're supposed to have faith in God. So, alright, so I was going through a few people that had faith. So I was thinking about Daniel in the lion's den. Thank you, Mama BC. Alright. BC's house one day, and she made me read one of the little child's books. I'm like, Mama BC, I'm 20 years old. What do I look like reading a child's book? She's like, just read it now. I'm like, okay, all right, I'll read about it. I read about it. It's a little book. It's a little small book. It had little pictures and everything. I felt so creative. I was like, ooh, yeah, sure. So, so I read the book, and it was talking about basically how he basically wouldn't stop praying to God. His God, you know? So that's when I'm giving the summed up version, not the straight line. But it was basically that the fact that he was sitting up there trying to continue to pray to God. Some of the guys didn't like that he was praying to God. So they was like, oh, they was all jealous of him. They couldn't trick a Christian because he was down with God. So they was like, okay, I'm going to trick the king. The king didn't know what he was doing. So they tricked the king to pass a law to basically make it seem so everybody got to pray to you for these couple days. And if they don't, they got to go in the lion's den. So he was like, Daniel was like, so I'm going to continue to pray to my God. I don't care what you're talking about. I'm going to continue to pray to my God. So they found out. The guy was running back and tell the king, oh man, this and that, he over there doing this, he praying to his God and all that. And then the king was like, man, that's my, well, lame terms, that's my guy, man, that's my homie, I don't want to put him in. I gotta go. All right, I gotta put him in the lion's den. This is my word. So, put him in the lion's den. He was tossing and turning all night. The king was. So, Daniel didn't care. He went up in there and started praying. So, he had faith in God. He kept on praying. Finally, the king comes back to see him. He came early the next morning. He was worried. He thought he was dead. Came back. Daniel was just fine, and the lion was just chilling. Like, okay. So, the angel closed the lion's mouth just because he continued on praying. So I thought something else was very interesting. I just got this right now, just before I got here. I was looking in funny things about the word of the day. It was in Genesis. So I was looking in Genesis chapter 5, verse 52. I was noticing that Noah was 500 years old. Did everybody know that he was 500 years old? I was shocked. I was like, 500 years old? I was like, how can he still move? So he was 500 years old. When he was 500 years old, this is when God came to him and let him know that I'm about to bring a flood. I don't really like what the people are doing. They're just going crazy. So, tell Noah to build the ark. So, he built, this is crazy. It takes him 100 years to build the ark. So he's 600 years old now. He's 600 years old. I was like, seriously? I had to look up at the ceiling, of course, like, Jesus, for real? 600? He's 600 years old? So, I was like, okay, I'm going by faith. It's in the Word. It's in the Word. So, he was 500 years old. He was a righteous man. He was always a righteous man. He always walked with God. So he was 600 years old. And then that's when the waters finally started coming down. So it was 40 days and 40 nights of rain. Then after the 40 days and 40 nights, there was a whole nother year he had to wait until the ground dried up. So now, okay, y'all don't understand. He's 601 years old now. 601 years old now. And the funny thing about it, it said he lived for another 349 years after that. So he was 950 years old when he finally died. But the moral of the whole story, I just thought I would share the key points. But the moral of the whole story was around the fact that he kept faith in God. For 100 years, just 100 years, straight faith, not knowing, you know what I'm saying, God telling me, okay, there's going to be a flood. You probably think it's tomorrow. Okay, I'm going to start right now. It's 100 years, so he could have doubted at any time about what was going to happen. So that's why I was just like, wow, Noah is a super old dude with faith, you know? Uh, so I believe that if, it basically where in all things we can do through Christ, from what I read. And I feel like if we have faith, we can do all things and plus more with Christ because we have trust in Him. So, I actually decided to do a little dance piece. Y'all got something. I'm sorry, I'm really goofy right now. You should have seen me all day today. I was praying. I was reading the Word. I was listening to Christian rap artists, gospel tracks, and I was like, I don't know what to do, Mama. She's like, you better go over there and go write something down. I was like, all right, Mama. Sometimes she be hurting my feelings with that. You can't say nothing back. You just gotta be like, okay. So, I'm gonna do this little dance piece. It's really about people actually understanding God and actually filling in the space between you and God. You know, so it says, feel the divine. Divine means to separate. Feel it, not feeling. Feel it. Feel the separation. So feeling the separation, Jesus come down, feel it. Feel the separation, God come feel it. It was basically when I came down to my testimony, it was like I was always trying to find something to fill the gap in my life. And I chose, quick testimony, I chose to have premarital sex. I chose to, go out and drink with friends, go partying, and do all sorts of things before. And there was many people in my life that really planted a seed, and I was like, okay, I don't really feel what you're talking about. It started ninth grade, and one of my friends in history class, he always used to carry around his Bible. I'm like, what you carry around your Bible for, man? You got school, man. What do you got your Bible for? He's like, because I like it. I was like, oh, okay. So me and him started becoming best friends. Started going to his church. He's actually a preacher. So I met Lewis and Keisha in Milwaukee at St. Matthew's. So that's where the church was. Back in the day, this is how Lewis was. I was like, hey, what's up, Lewis? He's like, hey, get out my face, I don't know you. So I was like, okay. I love Jesus. Yeah. So then he moved out to Milwaukee, and then I was in Kenosha basically trying to find my way again. I didn't have nobody in contact. I had to find my own way again. And then Lewis and Keisha moved to Kenosha, and they happened to be working at Bradford. And I was at my last year at Bradford. So I came downstairs. They was like, yeah, some new dance teacher downstairs and everything and all that. And we were like, some guy, he do a lot of hip hop. I'm like, yeah, I dance, so I'm gonna go check him out. So it was funny. I was just like that. Yeah, if he can't dance, I'm not going to his classes, huh? So I went down there. I was like, Lewis, hey, bro, what's up? So then me and Lewis got really tight, and then I started growing more and more in my walk. So he planted another seed. I started moving more, and then it came a time where I started hanging out with you guys, and then Mom DC was like, okay, I'm gonna put you under my arm. So Mom DC just started working on me, and then I was just like, I learned more, and I started thirsting for the word more and more and more. So just because I said them main people doesn't mean that none of you people affect my life. Those are just the key people that affect my life, but all of you guys affect my life as well, because this is a positive, atmosphere to be around. I personally like to, be around people that's laughing and talking about Jesus all the time. I'm just like, hey, Jesus, hey, oh, party over here with Jesus, hey. So, okay, I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna just dance. All right. You hide, where do you go? Why are you running from me? Why do you fear when you know I am near to thee? Someone come, someone come. Someone can fill the divide. Fill the divide. Cover this life, not even rain. Oceans apart and miles away. Oh, being deceived and deceiving the same. Jesus come. Oh, Jesus come. Jesus come. Fill the divide. Who will save me from this death? Who will save me from this death? Who will save me from this death? Who will raise me from the dead? Who will save me? Who will Jesus won. Oh, Jesus won. Jesus won. Fill the divide. Jesus all glory and all honor be to the God that filled the divide. But that whole thing was basically just filling the space between you and God. Amen. A lot of people will basically try to put that separation between you, like a serpent, trying to separate you between you and God. So what I'm saying is,